What is up, Daddies? Man, it has been months since I said that. It's been months since a new episode of The Walking Dead, and we have months until we get another new one anyway. But that doesn't mean I'm not sitting here thinking about Season 6 and 5 things that I want to see happen on the show when it comes back. Now, that does mean spoilers for Season 5 and before that, and for the comic books. I'm going to make a few references, so you've been warned. I don't feel bad if I spoil you. That's it. All right, first of all, I want to see more Morgan. That's the first thing I want to see. Morgan made this journey from Georgia to Alexandria, Virginia. Now, Alexandria's all the way up at the top. That means he went through Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, all of Virginia to get there, in hopes of finding the Rick Grimes who had hope for humanity and civilization. And what did he find? He found Rick Grimes, who executed Pete Anderson without hesitation. Their relationship is going to be a great focal point of Season 6. Watching them talk about what's right and wrong is going to be a great time. And watching Morgan just kick ass the way he did in that season finale, that is going to be epic. I can't wait to see it. Give me more Morgan. Next up, what do I want? I want the zombie horde, the No Way Out zombie horde from the comic books. After their run-in with Pete Anderson, they have another run-in, of course, with some more humans. The DC scavengers hear that gunshot. They get tipped off to the location. They show up at the gate. They lose, but it's a loud gunfight. Now, that gunfight attracts every zombie in the area. Every walker, they flock to the Alexandria safe zone. They knock down the walls. They claim a lot of lives. Now, I want this not only because I want to see some walker action, but I want the characters and the audience to be reminded that walkers are a threat. We were promised this in Season 5, and that promise was fulfilled. I think we all enjoyed that. We don't only need human-to-human conflict. We need a reminder that this is the zombie apocalypse every once in a while. Next up, I want to see Carl get shot in the eye. Not only because it'll be awesome to see Carl get shot in the eye, but... Okay, sorry, Chandler Riggs. I didn't really mean that. Carl's a great character. I love him. But in the comics, that moment is so... It's breathtaking. And what it does to the character, it builds so much between that relationship between Rick and Carl, and just as Carl as a character. He goes through these changes, obviously physically, but also emotionally and mentally, and has to deal with it. And it becomes a point for Negan to manipulate him. And this new girl, Lydia, one of the Whisperers, she recently licked his eye socket. That was kind of weird. But it just makes the character of Carl so much. It plays such a big part in him. So I really hope we don't skip that, like we skipped Rick's hand getting cut off. Now, that wasn't a huge character point. That was just an iconic moment from the comics that we can substitute for other things. And I know we're going to change things and not get an exact representation. And that didn't really change Rick as a character. So I think that this one's possible. It's necessary, and I hope it happens. Next up, I really want to see Ruthless Rick. We've gotten him recently when he threw Pete Anderson out a window and beat him up in the street. We saw him with the Hunters when he killed them in a church. I really hope we see Ruthless Rick, not only because he's fun to watch, but because it just seems more sensible for you to be a ruthless leader who does what's necessary when all the humans out there just want to kill you and you have these undead monsters following you and everything is a constant threat. Ruthless Rick is who we want. Ruthless Rick 2018. Okay, and finally, of course, my fifth thing that I want to see in Season 6 is Negan. Now, I'm not saying I want to see him right away. I know we have a lot of ground to cover, but at the rate we've been going, we've been about maybe a little bit more than 10 issues per half season. We ended off at about issue 79 with the season finale of Season 5. That would mean that if we go at about 10 or more per half season, we'll get Negan in issue 100, the season finale of Season 6. I really hope that happens. Sorry, Glenn. I know that means that you might have to go. It could mean Judith. It could mean Maggie. It could be anybody. It could be anybody. They switch deaths out on the show, but I really hope we see Negan, and that will be some great human-to-human conflict. Now, I know that he can't curse and swear and do all that crazy stuff he does in the comics, but if they can find a way to portray him on cable television with that same demeanor, that same arrogant way of belittling people and just feeling confident, but just really being hated, like he thinks he's the man, but everybody hates him, I think he knows everybody hates him. But if they can make that happen, gosh, man, that's going to be one of the best characters on TV. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to meet Lucille. Let me know what you want to see in Season 6 of The Walking Dead. I'm a huge fan. You know I love talking about this, so please tweet it at me, at Brandon Davis BD. I love hearing from you guys. And make sure you subscribe to comicbook.com's YouTube channel for more news, interviews, and clips, and follow us on Twitter at comicbook.com so you don't miss anything. We do have Fear the Walking Dead coming up this summer. I'm going to be talking all about that, so make sure you stay tuned.